I would also just be open to learning from your children. And that's what I do. It's they teach me what I lost or what I forgot, right? Even just that childlike excitement about anything and everything, things that as adults we take for granted, right? Robert Greene talks about this in his book, Mastery. He says that children, the quality that they have is that they have this just insane fascination and passion with everything. But the downside is that it's a bit more ADD all over the place. So it's like butterfly, sky, grass, whoa. Now, as people grow older, adults, they developed, you could say, even the discipline and focus and ability to just stay locked in on something for a long period of time as opposed to being so ADD. But then they lost that childlike fascination. And what he says in his book is if you're able to combine the two, resummon that childlike spirit with the ability to focus at a task that you develop as an adult, that's when you hit true genius. But it's so crazy how, again, most adults, our lives just get so serious and rigid. We lose touch with that excitement. We get used to things so fast. Things that, again, would at first like, whoa, we're like, meh. That, yeah, I mean, even for myself, having kids around just always reconnects me with that. Again, that child spirit, excitement, and just, again, fascination with life as opposed to life. But also it gets you back in touch with your inner child, right? One thing I personally tried to do, and I'd suggest trying it out, is on a regular basis, ask yourself, what would make my inner child happy? That's the question. And I know it sounds cheesy. What do you mean inner child? But think about it. What would make your inner child happy? I experienced this at first without even thinking this. When, say I would show something to my daughters that I was excited about as a kid, right? Even, we traveled to Switzerland when I'm born and raised, and my parents kept a lot of the toys that I had growing up, like little figurines and stuff, and showing that to my kids was like, oh, look at this. Like I felt inside my inner child just screaming with joy, right? Just, oh, like it was awesome. My parents also had all these old movies and stuff, and we put part of one on. And I remember too, I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this movie in forever, right? It was the Land Before Time. And I remember putting that, and it's like, oh, I felt my inner child just, and it got me thinking, like, wait a minute, I don't have to just do that when my kids are around. What about on my own, right? In my free time, ask myself, what would make my inner child happy right now? And do that. And if you're someone who perhaps lost a lot of passion, you're not that in touch purpose-wise, or nothing feels so fulfilling anymore, just say, hey, what would make my inner child proud? And go back to your childhood, whatever you remember from it, and say, well, what did I like then? And let me do some of that. Even eating, you're like, well, I really like this one dinner or lunch when I was a kid. Well, give yourself that lunch. I really like watching this cartoon. Put the cartoon on. I really liked doing this. Like, even me, I played music, guitar from the age of 8 and composed from the age of 12. And I was so into music. That was my first purpose and love. It's actually why I first moved to America. And I haven't played in the longest time. Now, I'm peak fulfillment with my job because, little side tangent here, if we take music and what I do for work, right, coaching when it comes to personal development, it hits on the same things where the seminars, right, the speeches, the crowds, that's like the concerts. The videos that I put online, those are like the songs. And then the advice in the videos, there's the same creativity that I have when I compose the songs. So it's just as fulfilling. But I had paused doing music since 2009, 10 on. And I'd play the guitar occasionally, but not that much. And only recently did I start getting back into music. Now, just as a hobby, but yeah, I'm back in it, and I'm recording my album. Who knows how long it'll take? There's no deadline, but just by bringing that back in, small doses in my life, I could feel, again, my inner child going, yes. So what would make your inner child happy? Bring that in, right? And it could be anything, even just being like a goofball at times. And that too, it's like embrace what your kids have to teach you, including the chaos. All right, I've seen parents take on the mindset like, no, my children must adapt to me. I'm the parent, they're the child, I'm the boss. I'm not going to adapt to you in your life and lifestyle. You adapt onto mine. No, it's both. Yes, you teach them, but they have so much to teach you. Adapt to them. Let some of that chaos and, again, fascination and excitement and passion into your life and embrace it. Don't resist it. Don't hide it. I believe it's Ryan Holiday who talks about this, where I saw a video, and I'm paraphrasing. He says something like, I go to some parents' houses and everything is just pristine, right? It's clean and it looks as if no kids live there. That's how clean it is, right? And I've been on a fair share of play dates and situations like that too. You go in, it's like, wow, it's way too clean here. Look, almost impossibly clean. How do you do it? It looks like you don't have kids. And what he said, and that's his opinion, is, which I agree with, I don't want my house to look like there are no kids there. No, I want some of the mess. I want the toy lying around, so on and so forth, because that's what's going on. And that spoke so true to me. I'm like, yes, you put into words how I felt about it. Great. Yeah, let the mess enter a bit. Now, again, you can also go overboard, but I talked about before how we fall into this like rigidity with our adult lives. It's like, no, let the kid mess enter. Let it disrupt the status quo. And that's usually when things change for the better.